Hello, hello! Getting everything pulled up now, but it's good to see ya! I am back. I've done some more tweaking, so hopefully, again, performance issues, we can kind of weed that out. But let's go ahead and get the game out. Hi, Minty! I'm glad you could make it! I'm just getting the game pulled up now, and then, and of course we can always chat. How you been? What's going on? What you been up to today? Prism Kids here! Hello! No, I'm playing a game right now, but I have the stream up in the background. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Not a problem at all. Let me go ahead and just get the game pulled up so that we can... there we go. Very nice.
Welcome back.
Alrighty. What game you playing? Is it the rhythm game you've been playing, or is it a different game?
Go.
Sorry, I'm distractible. It'll probably take a little bit for people to filter in, but I'm glad you guys could join me today. I almost lost my wedding ring down the drain in the kitchen sink today when I was washing a plate for lunch, so that was exciting. I wouldn't necessarily call it fun. I was very afraid that I was gonna have to stick my hand down the fucking garbage disposal to pull my ring out, because it was just gone. It was just gone down the drain. It wasn't down the drain, though. It did not actually fall down the drain. It got, like, trapped underneath the cup, and I didn't see it at first, and I was like, oh god, it went down the drain. But it didn't. It didn't. I got it back, and it was fine. Everything was fine.
Excellent. Level complete.
Whew. Also,
Get ready.
I am extremely close to affiliate. I literally just need one more stream with an average viewer above 3. So, you know. Thanks for being here, everybody. I really appreciate it. Let me see. It's almost stream time for me, so I'll probably just keep the stream up and lurk. Not a problem here. Sorry, one moment. I don't think I'm following you, so I'm just gonna take care of that real quick. There we go. Good luck on your stream, though. I'll probably be here, so, you know, I won't be able to go, maybe. But, maybe we could raid you at the end. I've never done a raid before. We should probably, like, experiment with that. Especially since I'm really close to getting affiliate. If I can just... It's like, I got some... The first, like, 3 streams that I did this month were super good, like, as far as all of that goes. So I'm really hoping I can get it to where I want it to be. Hi, Zagger! Good to see ya! What you up to today? I'm just... Wow, okay. Working, cleaning some carpets. Nice. Well, good luck with that. I used to have a cleaning job. It can be a little rough, but... I'm glad you were able to make it even though you're at work.
Go.
Pardon me? I'm also trying a new Mountain Dew flavor today. I bought, I walked to Walgreens just for my, like, you know, morning constitutional, shall we say. And they were like, we have this limited edition, like, it's trolley. It's Mountain Dew X trolley. It's, like, supposed to be the sour gummy worms. So it's cherry lemon flavored, and it actually tastes really good. I'm always a sucker for a new Mountain Dew flavor, so you know. Okay. Sorry. Again, distractible. I need to just move things out of my vicinity so I don't get so distracted so easily.
Level complete.
Oh, and we did turn on our... It actually is starting to feel like fall around here. I did turn on the heat instead of the air conditioning. Sorry if it's super loud. I don't know why the climate control in our new apartment is so loud. There's not much I can do about it with regards to, like, microphone sensitivity, so hopefully it's not too distracting. Let me see. There we go. Yesterday, I got started on emotes so that we can have some, like, follower emotes and stuff. I got most of the way through lining 1 before I was like, I can't draw anymore. Art exhausts me so much. It just exhausts me so much. Also, Halloween is next Friday. Very excited for that. Very excited to hopefully stream, like, a lot more. Oh, and I haven't said this on stream before. I got a job! It's just part-time, and it's not great, but it's something. Looking forward to having any amount of income again, so that's exciting. I do have, like, prospects for a better paying job, but I'm not going to hear about that for another couple weeks, and so... Wow, I'm just not... The Bejeweled gods are not with me today. I've already got some point redeems in there. Obviously, after I get, like, subscriber emotes and whatever, we'll get the point system up and running. But I kind of want to hold off on doing a whole lot of work on that until I can actually make sure that I do hit affiliate. Because, like, I'm really, really close. I'm really, really close. But, you know how it is. And then I'm actually streaming 3 times this week because Friday I'm gonna be playing Peak with some friends. So I'm gonna be playing Peak with Solani and Prism Kid and Saren, so that's gonna be fun. I've never played Peak before. I know it's really popular, but I didn't have anyone to play with up until now, so I wasn't, like, that concerned about buying it, if that makes sense. But now I do, and I've heard it's tons of fun, so I'm excited for that on Friday. Is a Discord server something y'all would be, like, interested in? Because I know a lot of VTubers run Discord servers, but I already have, like, the Utah server and a couple other things that I'm working on, and so I'm not sure if I want to devote time to that when I have other obligations. But if that's something that y'all would be interested in, I can definitely get it set up. That's the other thing I'm thinking about. So, let me know. And then, of course, we got more Yume Nikki on Saturday. Hello! Saren managed to make it! I was just talking about how we're gonna be streaming Peak together on Friday. I don't actually know how to use the whole... Because, like, Steam... not Steam. Why am I saying Steam? Twitch! Twitch has, like, an actual Steam stream together function now? I have no idea how it works. But I'm looking forward to playing the game, at least. Because I've heard it's tons of fun. I just don't... I didn't have anyone to play with before.
Level complete.
Whew! Yeah, we'll have to play with the stream together settings. Yeah, we should. We should do just like a... We need to do like a beta test or something beforehand, just so that we can try to make sure everything's ironed out before stream. But other than that, I think we should be good to go. And of course, you can't ever fully iron out every tech issue. If there's one thing I learned from being in, like, stage plays, it's that tech issues will happen and you just gotta deal with it. So, And then I think Kid and Solani said that they could as well. I don't know if they're going to be streaming at the same time, but either way. We shall see. Other than that, there's not much going on with me today. I've just kind of been, you know, chilling, getting stuff ready, crossing my fingers and hoping to God I can hit affiliate and the effort won't be wasted. But, you know, even if I don't, I'll just stream for fun. It's fine. I love hanging out with you guys. That's why I do the Bejeweled streams, is so I can hang out with people. What have you been up to today, Saren?
No more moves.
Because I don't have much going on. And I simply cannot get past, like, level 2 to save my life. It's officially a maintenance costuming gig, but I'm behind the scenes of plays, musicals, and whatever show comes through, so I'll take the cleaning too, and then do them and get paid to watch professional shows. That's fine by me. Yeah, that's sick, honestly. I finished up setting up affiliate stuff on my lunch break, otherwise I'm just taking candy stock for next weekend. Nice! I still haven't found out any information about whether or not trick-or-treating is a thing where I live, so... I'll have to remember to do that tomorrow. But yeah, no, that's a pretty cool gig, to be honest. Like, backstage at professional shows is high-key underrated. Because it is kind of just cool to be behind the scenes. Obviously, I've never done anything more professional than, like, community theater. But even then, it's really fun to just sort of hang out backstage, see how the gears turn. It appeals to me, I guess. Not good with words today. Hopefully the Mountain Dew will help with that. It's gummy worm flavor. There's a new gummy worm flavor Mountain Dew, I guess. It's like a limited edition thing. It's pretty good. Also excited to see your affiliate stuff, Saren. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, follow the star heron. She just hit affiliate. All sorts of new and exciting things coming your way in that region of town.
Level complete. Get ready. Excellent.
Because it's like, I don't know, I need to... Obviously we're buying candy for next weekend. Obviously we are.
Excellent. Incredible.
But, like, I need to know if I'm buying candy for me, or if I also need to think of the children. That's the main thing here. It's like, is this candy for me, or am I getting the scraps? And of course, the real candy shopping is gonna happen on Saturday, when it's all, like, 90% off, because they're trying to get rid of it. I need to see what's up with... I need to check up with my IRL friends to see if they can...
Good. No more moves.
I cannot get past level 2! What is happening? Oh boy. I'm setting stuff up in OBS. That alert scared me. Get jump scared. I also... Gosh, you know what this game really makes? I just want gushers, man. I just want gushers so bad. Like, it's these orange ones. They look like gushers to me, and it just makes me want... It makes me want gushers specifically. I mean, I would go for any fruity candy right about now, because I'm a fiend for fruity candy. Simply cannot be trusted with with fruity candies.
Level complete. Get ready.
At the very least, I should at least get the follower-only emotes up, because even if I don't get to affiliate right away, I want to give y'all something fun to play with. We already have the one, the logo, which was made by Prism Kid, of course. But yeah, looking forward to that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe at the end of this stream we'll try a raid if anyone's online. I need to follow more Twitch accounts. I need to follow more Twitch accounts so that I can try to see how raiding and stuff works. Because, like, it seems fun, and I know it's a popular pastime in the community, but, like, I've never actually done it, really. And I don't know how it works. I'll be honest, 90% of my experience with Twitch is just me going, what the hell does this do? and trying to figure it out. Oh, I'm a little behind the times. I've been dead for 20 years. Cut me some slack. Cut me some slack.
Get ready.
And I am looking forward to starting my new job. Well, okay, I'm not necessarily looking forward to working again. I'm looking forward to having income. You're doing great. I need to get in the habit of raiding too. You and Kid will have to teach me. Yeah, I suppose so. We'll figure it out together. It's gonna be a community learning experience for everyone. This is just like, I don't know. I want to get more involved in, like, the VTubing community. I want to try and get back in touch with some of the people that I met the last time around when I was trying this. But the problem with that is that I'm so tired all the time. I'm just so tired all the time, and it's only gonna get worse once I'm employed. And of course, any announcements regarding changes in stream schedule will be made on my Blue Sky, which is over there. Follow me on Blue Sky. Because that's where the schedules get posted. That's where I did post sort of the routine schedule that we're following currently on Twitch, which you can find in that schedule tab. I don't know if you can open the schedule tab when I'm streaming. It might just be when I'm offline. I'm not sure. Either way. Also, you just quit the job that was killing you, so you need time to still process and let that stress fade. That is true. Oh my goodness, that job was ending me. Like, actually physically killing me. I think if I had to go to work another day, I would have literally died. Hopefully the new job will be better and you can get your energy back over time. Yee, exactly. But I do need money first. Okay. Because I did figure out some of the lagging issues with OBS. It wasn't actually on Wardo's side, it was on OBS's side. I found in the settings menu how to set that to the priority for the process to high, which will, you know, improve performance a little bit, and I tested out some of the point redeems, and they work much better now, so... I don't know if we saw this last time, but I did some editing, right? And most of it was just aesthetics and cleanup, but I did add an effect to the hydrate emote that throws the water bottle at me. That's the best part about Waterdo, is that you can throw stuff at me. Up to and including mysterious green liquids. So give that a look if you have any points built up. Oh! Oh! Woo! I saw it for like half a second. What? Because the other thing is, like, obviously when you redeem the hydrate emote, I gotta, like, take a drink out of my water bottle. But you can't see that, because that's not how this works. So, I still, there's ways in Warudo that you can set it to, like, turn props on and off in the scene, but I have not figured that out. Every time I open the blueprint menu in Warudo, I, like, completely forget how to exist and be a human being. Water is good. I should just drink more water. It's pretty chill. I've done behind the scenes of Broadway, WWE, baseball, Sterling Fest orchestras, and Sesame Street Live. It's always interesting. This weekend I'm working a vampire-themed circus show, which should be cool. That does sound cool. That sounds baller. I don't think I'd be able to go, but I'll be with you in spirit. Let me know how the show goes. It sounds like fun. I especially imagine the effects and like stage props and stuff would be pretty cool.
Get ready. Excellent.
As always, for the Bejeweled streams, we have 2 goals. 1 is to make the guys say incredible, and 2 is to get a new high score. And at the moment, I've just made it past level 2 for the first time today. So, hopefully we'll at least achieve one of those things. And I need to go to the store today. The other thing about my job is that the grocery store... So basically the job I have acquired is a part-time clerk at the pharmacy in the local grocery store. Oh, your guess is as good as mine. I've only seen the trailer, but yeah, I'll fill you in the deets afterwards. Yeah, look forward to hearing it. Sounds awesome. Sounds interesting at the very least. But yeah, so the job I got, I'm gonna be working part-time as a grocery store clerk, specifically the pharmacy clerk, which as I understand it is just gonna be mostly cashiering and stuff, because I'm not trained as a pharmacist or a pharmacy tech. But they offer that, and they pay for your training on that. And I can literally walk to my job. I don't have to spend gas money, so that's gonna be very helpful on nice days, I think. But yeah, I might. So I've got 2 ideas for the Discord. Obviously, there's like Twitch has like a built-in feature for subscribers only Discord servers, which is always an option. Obviously, I only have 1 subscriber at the moment, so it would be very empty if I did that. I could also make a public Discord server, but the thing is I'm in so many Discord servers. Like, I need y'all to understand that I'm in, like, 15 Discord servers.
Excellent.
So I don't know. I've gotta, like, balance, like... I've gotta think about, like... how many people are, like, interested in a Discord server versus how much time am I actually gonna have to put into making a Discord server active and fun. Especially considering that I'm already involved in a few already. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, the main thing is, I know they mentioned when they were hiring me for the job that they're wanting me to work on weekends, so I might have to move the Saturday stream time, depending on when I'm scheduled. But we'll see. I'm still waiting for the background check to come back, so... Hopefully they don't find out about my cat's war crimes. Nah, it'll be fine. She's been on probation for a good time, and she's a good little girl, so... Have I told you guys about my cat's war crimes? I know I've mentioned it in Saren's stream a couple times. And, like, maybe a little bit in, like, some of the Discord servers I'm in. But basically, I have two cats. I have Tempest, who is an adorable little black cat. She's just well, I say little. She's a little chunky. She's kind of big for a house cat, and she's fat. So, you know. But she's a sweet baby girl. She likes to cuddle. She's a little bit skittish, kind of shy. And then there's Gator. Gator is a gray tabby mixed with calico. Sometimes she looks like the most beautiful cat in the whole world, and sometimes she looks like she just crawled out from behind a dumpster. And there's nowhere in between either. She just oscillates violently between those two extremes. She is the cutest, she has the biggest, wettest eyes in the entire world. Yeah, Saren's seen pictures of gators. If any of you are familiar with Puss in Boots from Shrek, you know how he does, like, the really big, cute eyes to try and get out of trouble? Gator does that shit in real life. And Gator was rehomed to us for her behavioral issues. She broke more than once, okay? This happened at least, like, 4 or 5 times. She would break into her previous owner's pantry and just chew into the boxes of noodles. Like, chew into the boxes of noodles and crunch up the noodles and, like, drag them behind the couch. She destroyed, like, 4 boxes of pasta because she's a pasta fiend. She craves the nudes. I love Gator for her crimes against humanity, yes. Fortunately, she has not discovered where we store our pasta. She also, literally, like, the last straw was when, one of her previous owners was just chilling, you know, eating a McChicken on the kitchen, you know, just sitting, eating. Kitchen table, sits the McChicken down. Gator jumps onto the table and steals the whole ass McChicken, like the whole sandwich. It was hers now. And they were like, okay, maybe we can't deal with this cat. So that's how I got my second cat. Because her previous owner is actually my brother-in-law. So, and he's also just not a cat person, which didn't help. But we take good care of her. We've mostly sorted her chewing behaviors out. And she's extremely snuggly. Like, she's a little diva, and if you're not... She's one of those cats where it's like, if you're not cuddling her enough when she wants you to, she, like, complains. She insists on sleeping on top of me. I had to train her to get off of me so I could roll over when I'm trying to sleep at night. Gator's also a little bit small. I mentioned that Tempest was a little bit large for a house cat. Gator's a little bit more on the small side. She's bigger now than she was when we got her. But she's also just kind of stumpy. She kind of has, like, stumpy little baby legs. She might have some, dwarfism. We're not sure, but, like, again, when you look at this cat, she is, like... I would never describe a cat as a mutt, but Gator is a mutt. I don't know how else to phrase it. I love her to death. She's my favorite thing in the whole world, truly.
Level complete.
Very nice. Okay.
Get ready.
I should have bought two. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I walked to Walgreens and I bought a Mountain Dew because they have a new flavor. It's like a sour gummy worm flavor and it's really good. But they had like a two, you know, like buy, it's $3, but if you buy two, then it's $5 for two. I should have bought two, but I haven't tried the flavor before, so I didn't know if I would like it. Which is why I only bought one. Next time, I'm probably gonna buy two. I tell you what, nothing in this game could be as satisfying as setting off a huge chain of, like, those sparkly bomb gems. Pardon me. Okay. But yeah, definitely looking forward to next week. Even if I have something going on with my friends that day, I still want to stream. There's a little RPG Maker game on Steam that's free called Trick and Treat, and it's adorable, and I could definitely beat it within like 2 or 3 hours. Even though I don't remember most of what actually happens in the game, so... I just want to show it off, because I just happened across it on, like, a whim in the Steam store when I was looking for something to do. And it's really adorable, and I love the art, and... and I just want to show it off, so that's gonna be the Halloween stream. I also realized I have Little Nightmares on Steam, which I have never played, and I don't know how it got there. Do you ever just, like, look at your Steam library and go, you know, I don't remember getting that. Mostly that happens to me on Epic, because I just grab, like, the free games. That's the only reason I have an Epic account, is because, like, they give out free games every once in a while, and I'll just be like, oh, that looks interesting, grab. I literally looked at my library and I was like, wait, I have The Sims? When did I get The Sims? All too often? Yeah, yeah. And it's just... because it was like, I don't know, I have like a lot of games I can play for Halloween, actually. More than I thought. Apparently I grabbed Alien Isolation for free on Epic at some point. I don't think I'm gonna play it because I'm a coward and it's one of the scariest games of all time. But like, you know. Life is difficult when you're really into horror and also a coward. That's all I'm gonna say.
Excellent. Incredible.
Honestly, that's probably why you have Little Nightmares. They did a sale where it was free around the time the second one came out. That's probably what happened. I imagine it was something. I imagine it was that. Because I do know there's a second one out now. And it's one of those games where it's like, I was curious about it, but I never really got the chance to, like, play it. So it's definitely the kind of thing that I would have seen was free and just grabbed it. So, you know. So, what I really want to do is I want to figure out more about point redeems. Because I think points, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm broke, but, like, the free stuff is always the stuff that I kind of want to focus on. Like, obviously there should be a benefit to subscribing, and I get that. But mostly I want everybody to be able to have fun at my streams, even if they don't have the money for bits or a subscription or for Ko-fi or anything like that, so...
No more moves.
Ah, darn.
A new high score.
Not bad. Could have been better, but we got on the scoreboard. So that's one. I forgot it gives you a rank down in the corner. I feel like my brother and I would, like, compete over those back in the day.
Go.
Alrighty. I tell you what we will have to do if I hit affiliate. We're gonna have to do the Mountain Dew flavor tier list. Because I've been talking about that for actual years. And it's like, you know, caffeine is kind of the whole shtick, right? Like, you know, my lifeblood and personhood and whatever else. I think it would be fun. And I don't think there's enough people that talk about, like, flavors. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in the right place. We'll see. There's a lot of interesting things and a lot of change happening in the future, especially with me becoming employed. So, we shall see how things go.
Excellent.
Oh, darn. Okay. I was trying to get that red one to line up and it comboed and fell too far. Whoops. But yeah, I'm glad that Twitch does let you have follower emotes now. Instead of just the subscriber ones. That's really fun.
Excellent. Level complete.
So yeah, we shall see. I've been mostly developing things kind of in secret with Saren and Prism Kid and Solani. So.
Good.
I am excited to continue. I'm just happy that I'm streaming again, to be honest. I've been saying to myself pretty much ever since, like, I recovered from the last reason I went on hiatus that I wanted to stream again. Because I enjoy it so much, you know? I enjoy hanging out with people and chatting and playing a game. I think it comes down to... Because, like, when I was a kid, you know, couch multiplayer was the main thing. But, like, most of the time when I was, like, playing with my brother or over at a friend's house or whatever, it was less me playing the game and more me watching the game. Like, it was more of the social experience of, like, being on the couch with somebody, even if it's a single-player game, and just, like, chatting and goofing off and screwing around. With the game sort of being, like, a focal point for conversation. And I think that's part of why games like GTA and whatever kind of took off, because even though they weren't originally online multiplayer, you could still go over to your cousin's house, pass the controller back and forth, and see how long it took for see who could go the longest without getting arrested, or things like that, you know? Like, dude, same. I'm glad I'm finally back after a 2-year hiatus that I started for the last of college, but it's always great here. Thank you! I'm glad. But it's good to be back. That's what I'm saying. It's good to be back. And it's really nostalgic to be hanging out with friends and playing a game, is what I'm getting at. And of course, it's always a pleasure to see you in my chat, Zagger, and all of you. I'm just glad that, like, because part of, like, I was going back to streaming again, right? And I was like, nobody's gonna remember me and I'm gonna have to start over. So I'm glad that's not the case. I'm glad to see at least... I'm glad to see at least the people that I knew originally, if that makes sense. I'm bad at words today. You're just gonna have to put up with the word salad today, because that's just the way that it's gonna be.
Level complete. Get ready.
I do think it's funny. Okay. Sorry. I was just gonna say, I think it's funny that the leap motion picks me up, like, when I'm drinking out of a soda bottle, but it doesn't pick me up when I'm drinking out of my water bottle. But yeah. I have a lot of faith in myself this time around, and we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. That's always gonna be the goal, I think. Oh dear, what are we looking at here? I don't know if I should count on that list, as I still have a character. Hard to forget someone I look at. I took a lot of time in character crafting. I mean, fair. Fair. But I still think you count. And again, I've said this like 17 times in every stream, so I've got to go. I've got to start on it again, but I really do appreciate everyone who supports me. Everyone who shows up, everyone who lurks, everyone in the chat, because it's just... The reason why I enjoy streaming is because of you guys. So I'm super glad to be part of this community. I'm glad you're here. Always.
Get ready.
Because, like, especially with being out of a job, having something to sort of, like, be scheduled that's routine really, like, makes a difference in, like, mental health and just... Because the fact is, it's really easy to just, like, curl up in a ball and not do anything, but that's very not good for you. People need routines and scheduling and ways to mark that time is passing so you don't just get stuck feeling like you're in a time loop. And streaming filled that gap quite nicely, and I definitely want to keep it going this time around. Because I know last time around, I was kind of flaky, I got discouraged kind of easily. This time I really want to make it work, because I enjoy doing this. And I'm glad that y'all are here to watch, because that means that, you know, that it's not, like... I don't know what I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm getting all gushy on stream because I have followers. Because I have friends who want to watch me play Bejeweled and talk about nonsense. Like, I'm trying to decide... I still haven't fully settled on a plan for after I finish Yume Nikki. Because it's like, I was definitely thinking about getting Majora's Mask out here, because I love Majora's Mask so much. But I could stream Little Nightmares. I don't have the sequel, I have the first game, but I don't think that matters as much, especially considering how I haven't played it before. So, I'm really enjoying But also, it's like, I can do both. And I can also save Little Nightmares for next year for Halloween. Or I can do whatever I want, basically. Let's see. I really...
No more moves.
Ah, darn. Okay. I had a feeling it was getting there. Oh well. Just gonna take a bit of a breather. Almost an hour into the stream. I hope everyone's having a good time. If y'all have, like, snacks or drinks or things, I want to know what you're eating. I think it would be interesting. Food is kind of a big part of my life, I'm not gonna lie. And I realize I probably worded that in a way that sounded weird, but it's, you know. I feel like it contributes to the illusion that we're chilling on the couch together. I may have stolen some Hershey's almond bar from the Halloween stash. Nice. Nice. Hershey's almonds I did not appreciate as a child, but I like them better as an adult. And I think it's funny that there are candies like that, where it's just like I didn't like it as much when I was a child, but like now I'm grown up and I can appreciate having nuts in my chocolate. Good crunch, exactly, exactly. Like, when I was a kid, it was like regular Hershey's all the way. I'm also a dark chocolate fan. And like, I don't know, I might have eaten the Hershey's almond bar if I really wanted sweets and there was nothing left. But it was definitely one of those candies that just kind of got left in the... Because you know how it is when you're a kid and you eat the good Halloween candy first, and then you just kind of got like the residual Halloween candy in the bucket later on. But, yeah, we enjoy... You gotta love a good Hershey almond bar. Very yummy. I don't have much outside of my Mountain Dew and water. But I did... My husband brought me burgers for lunch today, so that was quite fun.
Level complete.
I need to get some Halloween candy. I just need to get some Halloween candy. I don't care if there's gonna be kids by here or not. I need it. I need it for me. We do need to go to the store, so I might talk my husband into buying us candy when we go to the store for groceries. Because I don't think the apartment building we live in does anything, like, formal for Halloween, but I'm curious to know if they know whether, like, some of the families living here just kind of go around anyways. That's what I'm thinking. I need to, like, go by the leasing office and bug them. Also, the weather here has been so nice. It's finally cooling down. Thank God. I got some classic Coke on me for work, but that's about it. Nice. Love a good Coca-Cola, I'm not gonna lie.
Go.
Nope. There we go. Okay. I feel like I was in the middle of a sentence and I forgot what I was going to say. I will say this much, one of the emojis that I chose to draw, because basically I looked at like a big pack of bases. The same pack of bases that Saren was using for her emotes. And one of them is just like the buffer symbol over your head. I love having random emotes for stuff like this. Yeah! See, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I didn't want to go super generic with it just because, you know. It's fun to have, like, emotes for drinking or tea spilling and things like that. So I was like, I wanted to pick some stuff that was fun. One of the ones I had, but yeah, that's what I was getting at, is one of the emotes I'm gonna have is just gonna be me with, like, the buffering swirly over my head, because I do that so much. That's like 80% of the stream is me going, I have forgotten, and then carrying on. Sorry, my Tempest, one of my cats, just came into the room, and I think I saw her, like, move out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what the hell is that? It's my cat. But yeah. Just some of many. Very nice. Very nice. And I know Prism Kids said they were gonna make a salt emote for when the ghosts in the chat are misbehaving and they need to be put in the salt circle to think about what they've done. Usually, mostly Solani. Mostly Solani is getting put in the salt circle. I don't know if he's in the chat today, but I gotta come up with, like, a chat jail and, like, stream avatars and stuff like that, because it'll be fun, I think. But the poor snails, they hate salt. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, unfortunately. A snail and a ghost. Double hating salt. Oh dear. Oh, I'm about to set off 5 of these at once. Oh no, never mind. Damn. They're all lined up like this, but I don't think I can trigger them. That's unfortunate. Come on, just let me trigger them. Yes! Yeah! There's nothing I love in this game more than setting off, like, a bunch of those. It's so fun. I'm a little surprised no one has, like, blasted me with Mountain Boo yet this stream. But, I mean, it sounds like a lot of people are working or lurking, so...
Excellent. Incredible. Level complete.
Because that was part of what, so all the support snuggles are with you, though, my friend. Thank you! I greatly appreciate it.
Excellent.
Because it is also worth noting my new job is only part-time.
Excellent.
So it shouldn't be, like, even if it is a little bit more overwhelming and stressful, it's not going to be every day, at least. Because, oh man, that last job violated the Geneva Convention. Not literally, but it sure felt like it. Sure. I just feel like making somebody answer 80 calls in the span of 8 hours with only a 20-second break in between each call should not be allowed.
No more moves.
Yeah, I had a feeling this one was not going very well. Whew.
Go.
It's just like, genuinely, with the way that I am right now, mentally and physically, I don't think I'd be able to support a full-time job. Like, just genuinely. Like, 100%. I think if I hopped right back into full-time work after the last job and everything else, it would actually kill me. So, I'm glad that I've just got something part-time for now that might turn into full-time opportunities later. That's enough about work, frankly.
Level complete.
Because basically, next week's schedule is going to depend on how much I have going on Halloween in real life. Because, obviously I mentioned I wanted to play that RPG Maker game, but if there's time, we might be able to do, like, a watch-along with Plan 9 from Outer Space, because that movie is in the public domain. And it's also hilarious and awful. Speaking of... And I have such a vibe. Smart. Yeah. It's like, I feel like one of my friends was like, I want to have a party on Halloween, but then nothing else was said about that again, and I'm like, is there a party? I feel this is the first full-time job I've ever had, and it's funny, I work less days now than when I was a seasonal, but more hours straight and better pay. Yeah. It's wild how the job economy works. Like, if you can find something that's, like, steady and good, you're really, really set, but, like, it's funny how sometimes you get paid less for more work, if that makes sense. The double-edged sword, yeah. But yeah, I think watching Plan 9 for Outer Space with y'all on stream would be extremely fun. Because Plan 9 for Outer Space is a sci-fi horror, and I say that loosely. That came out... Oh, I don't know off the top of my head when it came out, but it's in black and white. It was like pre-color days. And it is one of the worst movies ever made, and I have a thing for really bad films. I love them. I love studying them. I love picking them apart and dissecting them and finding out, like, what the hell happened here? How did this get made? But it depends. It depends on if we have time for the game and for the movie. And, we could do the game one night that week and not on the same day. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the actor that plays the main villain, in this case being an attempt at, like, classic monster movie monsters. And they got the monster movie monster guy. They got the guy who played Dracula in, like, the most famous interpretation of Dracula. Like, the Dracula that everyone thinks of when they think of Dracula. Especially in, like, black and white film era. That's this guy. He died midway through filming. So instead of getting a new actor and reshooting, because the director of this movie was allergic to reshooting anything, seriously, he was like, one take or die. And the answer is die, because damn. So instead of reshooting the movie with a different actor, the things that they still needed to shoot, they got a different guy who didn't look anything the same. He was like 6 inches taller, and they just had him like wearing a big cape and walking around like this, so you would covering his face with the cape, so you couldn't like tell who it was. And they even took footage from a movie that the original actor had filmed before he passed, and just redubbed a different voiceover over it, so that it would, to try and make it make sense. And it's just like, damn. You have to, you almost have to admire it, you know? It's situations like that where you almost have to admire how shit everything is.
Level complete.
And I think it would be a really fun time, especially with y'all in the chat heckling at the same time. Because I know this, like, stream, I don't know, I've mainly been streaming games, you know, like I've mainly been streaming like the staple games and whatever else, but I kind of want to branch out, you know, especially for a holiday. It feels like a good opportunity to do something a little bit different. And I already know the movie's public domain because it's like it's old enough that it has entered the public domain, so I don't need to worry about copyright either.
No more moves.
Oof, yeah. Not doing good at Bejeweled this stream, though. All of this conversation is to distract from how garbage I'm playing right now.
Go.
Just wait. Once it gets time for like the stream to start to be over, that's when it's gonna give me like an incredible run. It always happens. It never fails.
Excellent.
Okay.
Level complete.
And of course I'm looking forward to more Yume Nikki on Saturday. Although we might have to cover some of the same ground again because the game actually crashed at the end of the stream last week. Like, my whole computer crashed. If you weren't there, everything died. Long story short, everything died. Including the game, and I wasn't able to save. The good news is, Yume Nikki's one of those games where when you know where the thing is, it's easy enough to go back. So, hopefully we can just run, grab the bike, grab the severed head, and move on with our lives. I say in a sentence that only makes sense when you're when you understand the context of Yume Nikki. It was so funny because like after my husband came to one of the Yume Nikki streams and he was like, "So what's this game? Like, what is happening?" And I was like, "That's a good question." And that's yeah. What's happening is Benadryl dreams. Too much melatonin, and let me tell you, friend, I've been there.
Level complete.
You would think you wouldn't be able to have chronic fatigue and insomnia, but let me tell you, you can in fact have both of those status conditions at the same time. Melatonin dreams. The Hat Man, yeah. Pretty sure the Hat Man is actually an NPC in Yumeiki. If he's not, I will be very surprised. I'll have to check the chronology on that. I don't know if the Hat Man meme came out before or after the game was made. But anyways.
Excellent.
Whew. I have been greatly enjoying streaming Yume so hopefully... But with that said, I'm not sure... I might have to, like, actually look at a walkthrough to make sure we're not running in circles too much, especially if we don't make too much progress on Saturday. Just because... Like, I don't know, it's the kind of game where I want to, you know, I want to make sure I want to make sure it's still authentic and I don't know what's coming and things like that. Especially since it's my first time playing, and it's definitely the kind of game where I would rather run around in circles for 30 minutes than look at a walkthrough, but like, for the sake of the stream, I don't know if that's the most entertaining thing. The clip that we got last Saturday was literally me going, "What do you mean the bike was right here the whole time?" Because yeah, it turns out the bike was right there the whole time. I can't... I have also figured out how to fix YouTube short, how to fix Twitch shorts so that they look better in vertical mode. Because I actually exported those two shorts, the one from last Saturday and the one from the Saturday before, to my YouTube channel as shorts. It's funny because I had a discussion with my husband because he was like, "So I hate to tell you this, but you are probably going to have to make a TikTok." And I was like, I don't have the time or the energy to maintain a TikTok account that will continuously get views. I simply cannot post every day. I can't do that. It's like literally I stream for 2 hours and then I'm wiped out for the rest of the day. So I don't think there's enough material for me to like edit and export, and because the thing about TikTok is it's all algorithm in it. I honestly don't even know if it's worth it even. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like it would only be worth it if I could actually, like, keep up with the algorithm and post and draw people back to Twitch with that. So it's to me, it seems like it's not going to be worth the effort. I ran after the election, but also that platform is just swipe and I never remember anything I saw. Yeah, that's the other thing, is it's, I don't know. I don't think I have what it, I've definitely heard of VTubers having a lot of success on TikTok, but it's like I can't. I just can't with TikTok. The things that you need to be successful on TikTok are things that I do not have. So it's just gonna be what it is. We're sticking to Twitch and YouTube for the VODs, and I'll export some of the clips to YouTube as shorts, and that's just gonna be what it is. What do we have going on here? What do we have going on here? God, I need to make pie this year. Sorry, it's just November's coming up and I remembered. Prism Kid, I'm still here. I'm just chilling. No worries, buddy. No worries. Glad to see you. Just enjoying the stream in the background. Yeah, yeah. How's your game? Is game going good? If you have the time to report in, please do. It's going good. Good. Good to hear. Alrighty. Mountain Dew finished. Let's play more gem game. Alrighty. I'm playing Code Vein with Solani. It's very fun. Nice! Yeah, you mentioned that you were wanting to play that again when you streamed yesterday, so I am glad that you two are having fun. Okay. I need to... But yeah, pretty much what I've done today is I got up, I took my walk, I got some burgers from my husband, who was gracious enough to bring me lunch on his lunch break. It's like Dark Souls, but I can actually play it. Nice! Nice. Yeah, I feel like... I haven't played Dark Souls. But I feel like I would actually be the kind of person where I would just play it until I got good. Because I did that with Psychonauts. Psychonauts has a mini-game. Solani says hi and that he's gay. He wanted me to tell you that. I'm aware, but thank you. Tell him that he's missing his boyfriend, the Bejeweled announcer guy. Main character of all of my streams. Bejeweled announcer guy with a really deep voice. Okay. I let him know. Good. Okay. Okay, what are we doing? What are we looking at here? Ayo, my husband! There's Solani! Hello! Okay. Hello, Bejeweled man. We all love the Bejeweled man in this house. Ah, there we go. I was like, it hasn't killed me. There's definitely a move somewhere around here. I just can't see it. Okay.
Excellent.
Alright. I don't think we've gotten an incredible yet this stream. We need to get one.
Excellent. Level complete.
And then I think after stream, after my husband gets home, we might just go to the store and get groceries, because we're almost out of cat food, and we need some other things too. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Honestly, I was so happy when I found this game on Steam, because Bejeweled 2 specifically is the one that I grew up on. Like, I've played a little bit of Bejeweled 3, and I have the Bejeweled app on my phone for when I'm, like, you know, for when I just need something to do when I'm waiting at the doctor's office or whatever. But this one will always be the true Bejeweled to me in my heart. If that makes sense.
Level complete. Get ready.
Because, like, I've definitely played Bejeweled 1, but I was so young when I played Bejeweled 1 that I don't remember it very well. And also, that was before they added power-ups for matching 4 or 5 gems. So it's not really worth going back to, I don't think. Unless you're really nostalgic for it. But yeah, fun fact, I was digging through my computer and I found the game files for this game with all the sound effects and the music and everything. So I might have to make some point redeems. Or something similar. I need to find out how to make sound effect point redeems. Although I suppose I could just use the, Switch has, like, an effects box for where you can set it up where, like, specific things play with specific, point redeems. I could probably set it up that way. I don't know if there's a cleaner way to do it than that, but... Honestly, I should probably just clean up my stream setup in general, because, like, I have 2 alerts boxes. I have the Streamlabs alerts box and the Twitch alerts box. And, like, the Ko-fi alert is obviously completely separate from both of those, and it's kind of a mess, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a mess. But I mean, also, it's not like y'all can see the mess in the back end here, so maybe it doesn't matter. I was literally just thinking about how to condense everything. Yeah. The problem is that, like, the Streamlabs alert box doesn't have the point redeem alerts. But, and like, Twitch has everything that the Streamlabs does, but the Streamlabs has, like, the zombie hand gif and stuff that I was using. I don't know how to find it again. If I had it downloaded on my old hard drive, then it's gone. I'm not going to be able to get it back. So I'm not really sure what to do about that. Of course, you know, as time goes on and I get more custom assets, I might worry about condensing things at that point. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. Oh, posture check. Oh, that sound is my bones.
Mr. Harry just redeemed posture check.
I don't understand why I have... I need to... Speaking of alert boxes, I need to check why I have text-to-speech on for that particular alert and nothing else. I don't know what's going on with that. I still remember the first time I started streaming again. Last week. Was it last week Wednesday? No, it was the week before on Wednesday. The week before on Wednesday when I was, like, actually, like, re-debuting for streaming again for the first time in a while, and the Ko-fi bot fucking popped up in the chat, and I was like, ah, Ko-fi bot! Because I forgot that the Ko-fi bot, A, existed, and B, was a thing that I had enabled in my chat.
Excellent.
But yeah, no, I was definitely... Because, like, I started using Waterdome because of the Star Heron, Saren, in the chat here, actually fixed my model so that it would work with ARKit expressions, basically, so I don't have to rely so heavily on, like, toggling expressions. And then And then I was like, okay, you know, it looks kind of nice and stuff. And then I found out the, like, throwing shit at me and blasting me with mysterious green liquid that's highly caffeinated and probably radioactive. And I was like, okay, we're staying here. I will find out how to fix the performance issues so that we can keep these interactions. There's so much you can do. Yeah, there is. I have to figure out the blueprints menu a little bit more, especially with like Twitch interactions because oh boy. Every time I open the blueprints menu to try and make something custom, I'm like, Bean Yan is an alternative as well if you have trouble. Maybe, but I think I've finally got it to where Warodo's working and we're not having like a copious amount of performance issues. And I did notice that some of it was on OBS's side as well, so like I tweaked some settings in OBS and it seems to be working much better today, at least from what I can tell. I don't want to match the green one with the hypercube. There's only like 5 green ones. Yellow one's worth more points. Definitely smoother. Good. Good. I'm glad. Because we were having a little bit, like last week, Wednesday, we were having a lot of trouble, and then Saturday we were okay until we weren't and everything died. So, you know.
Get ready.
Because, like, genuinely, the hardest thing about using Warudo to me was just figuring out where the freaking settings menu was. Because I did not check the paw print down in the corner. And that's where the settings menu is. Fun fact. Because it's like, okay, sometimes, like, a program is genuinely hard to use, and sometimes I'm just stupid. I'm always telling my husband, you did not marry me because I was smart. If you think you did, you're wrong. Okay. But yeah, I'm glad things are working out today. Hopefully on Friday. Like, fingers crossed, knock on wood, hopefully Friday. Okay? Friday, I am praying for no tech issues. No tech issues on Friday. Because I know, like, sometimes the internet connection goes all fucky when you're playing multiplayer. But I have an Ethernet cable. We're hardwired. We shouldn't have to worry about the Wi-Fi dropping. So... And, like, from the look of things, it looks like I finally got things straightened out with OBS and Warudo. Because the main thing, I think, was just... I needed to lower the resolution of the Warudo capture window. Just because... Just because I'm usually small and in the corner anyways, so having it big isn't really that useful. I only kind of use the just chatting stream if like something's going on in the game or like right at the beginning of the stream or like right at the end for a minute or two. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna take the hit on the just chatting screen and lower the resolution because it does not need to be at 1080p when I'm tiny and in the corner the whole time. Okay. But yeah, I'm super happy. I'm super excited for I'm excited for Friday, just because I've never played Peak before, and it sounds like a fun time. And I also just haven't done a collab stream in a while. Last time I did a collab stream, it was with Calypso, who is Prism Kid. They're the same person. With Stardew Valley, and we were doing it like once a week. And it was super fun. I still have the save file, I think. But yeah, it's just like, I want to do collabs and stuff again. I want to be active in the community. The problem is that I am tired literally all of the time. So I'm grateful for the opportunity on Friday, if nothing else. We still gotta play Farkle on stream. If any of y'all listening don't know what Farkle is, Farkle is a dice game. It's a push your luck style dice game where you roll 6 dice and you score your hands. And if you roll something that doesn't score, you bust. And the first person to 10,000 points wins. There's more going on than that, but if I say any more than that, then it's gonna get really convoluted, and it's really not that convoluted. It's very simple once you're in it. Still might fiddle with... I don't need to fiddle with stuff right now. I was just tempted to, like... It's funny, because I need to, like, not look at OBS when I'm streaming. Because every time I look at OBS, it's like, well, I could fidget with the chat screen, or I could fidget with the... And it's like, I don't need to do that. I should not be doing that. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good afternoon so far. Or whatever time it is where you are.
Level complete. Get ready.
Okay.
Excellent.
Because I think I'm having a pretty good day today, even though I almost dropped my wedding ring down the sink. I said that right at the top of the stream, so I don't know if everyone here heard that, but like, oh my god, I straight up almost dropped my fucking wedding ring down the sink.
Excellent.
My wedding ring down the sink. Like, I was washing a plate. Oh, I didn't know you were married. Nice, yeah! We got married this July, actually. We've been living together for quite some time, and we've been dating for even longer, so this is a long time coming. But yeah, I live with my husband, who's been working to try and, you know, carry us through a bit of a rough patch. But, so, shout out to him. I love him so much. He cannot watch right now because he is at work. Congratulations. Thank you. But yeah, no, I was washing a plate. I was washing a plate because I needed a clean plate for my lunch.
Good. Excellent.
And as I was washing the plate, I was like, oh, I forgot to take my ring off before I started turning the water on. So I took my ring off and it flew out of my hand and into the sink. And so I'm like, oh shit, oh fuck. I'm digging all these dirty dishes out of the fucking sink. Like, oh god, please don't let it be in the garbage disposal. I can't have this. And it wasn't. It was literally, like, pinned between, like, a glass and the metal, like, bottom of the sink basin. And that was the only thing that had stopped it from falling down the drain and into the garbage disposal. Oh, it nearly gave me a heart attack. I was like, oh, god, oh no. And then I was like, okay, if that's the worst thing that happens today, then I'm gonna have a really good day. And that's the mentality that I'm taking forward.
Get ready.
So yeah, I hope nobody here has anything happen to them that's worse than almost dropping your wedding ring down the garbage disposal. That's your positive message of the day, I think. Is it really all that positive? I don't know. But I'm doing my best.
Excellent.
Because the other thing is, that is so on brand for me. I can be so clumsy sometimes. I have already dropped my engagement ring down the bathroom sink twice. The bathroom sink is less dire because it doesn't have a garbage disposal in it, but it does mean that my husband had to get under there, take off the freaking U-bend, and dig around in the fucking backwash. There's a professional term for that. I don't know. I'm not a plumber. But, like... like, when I saw my ring fall out of my hands and into the sink, I was like, oh god, oh no. So thankfully it just, like, landed under a cup and didn't. Our original wedding rings were both our grandparents. We got new anniversary rings because we both have ADHD and we're super clumsy. Too many heart attacks. The real ones sit in their box now, lol, so I feel ya. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's, like, our wedding rings aren't, like, super expensive or anything like that. It's just that, like, you know, it's sentimental, of course. And above all else, I don't think I'd be able to explain to my husband that I dropped my ring down the sink again. I think he would never let me hear the end of it. No, I don't want to use that one. Do I? I want to use this one. Yeah, there we go.
Level complete.
So yeah, for anyone out there who's watching, don't get expensive rings. Or if you do, get, like, cheaper rings for everyday use, so that you don't... so that if anything happens, it's not that big of a deal. Exactly, exactly!
Excellent.
And if you work a labor job, get silicone ones to wear to work just in case you want to keep that finger. Yeah, for sure! Especially because, like, metal rings in, like, physical labor jobs, that can be a huge liability.
Incredible.
Like, gold is easy enough for, like, paramedics to cut off because it's very soft. But, even then I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. Because the thing is, right? The thing is about wearing a ring is if you injure that finger, your hand's gonna swell up because that's what happens when you get an injury. The problem is if you're wearing a ring on that finger, it's gonna basically turn into a tourniquet and and then they have to amputate it. So, you know, be safe out there, fellas. So, fun fact, my mom has the wildest track record with, like, injuries. I'm not gonna go into too much details, but, long story short, when she was about my age, she apparently got her hand, like, pulled, like, vacuumed up into the vacuum cleaner, because she was like, oh, something's stuck in the vacuum cleaner, and it... And... And she went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, I simply do not understand how on God's green earth you did not break your hand, because she didn't break any bones somehow. Her mom's been hit by lightning, like, 4 times. There's something going on in my maternal bloodline. That's all I'm gonna say. It's probably witchcraft.
Level complete.
Because my mom also has a bad habit of setting the house on fire. Please wrap yourself in bubble wrap. Yeah! I feel that so hard. I had when I was growing up, I had the curse of just being gravity prone. That's what my dad would call it. Because I would just be walking, right? I'd just be walking and hanging out. And I'd just fall. Or like I'd bump my head on something. Or I'm extremely clumsy. I think that's my manifestation of whatever's going on there. It's just like, I'm so clumsy. I literally walked into a door and gave myself a black eye. Like, the thing that, like, in movies, when someone's getting, like, you know, and the excuse is always, oh, I walked into a door. I genuinely walked into a door and did that to myself. I need you to understand. Like, between that kind of stuff, between that and, like, all, like, whatever, all these guys, it's a miracle I have any brain cells left at all, if I'm being honest. When I was working as a cleaner, this was not my last job. I think it was the job 2 jobs ago. Anyways, not important. It was a couple years ago. I was working as a cleaner, basically cleaning apartments in between tenants. So I was cleaning the fridge out, and when I cleaned the fridge out, I would open the, you know, because, like, it was one of those fridges where it's like the fridge underneath, freezer on top. I had the freezer door open because otherwise, it needs to thaw out a little bit in there if you want to, like, actually clean it with cleaner, which you usually need to do because things explode in freezers and tenants just leave it that way, because why wouldn't you, genuinely? But, anyways, I had the freezer door open because you have to let it thaw out a little bit, or else when you spray cleaner in there, it just freezes to the side and you're not going to get anywhere. So I had the freezer door open so it could thaw while I was wiping out the fridge underneath. I stood up, bonked my head into the bottom of the freezer door, and actually took the door off of the freezer. So I got workman's comp for that concussion. Oh my god. And the worst part is, right? The worst part is I'm sitting there on the floor with a concussion going, oh god, I broke the freezer. I'm gonna be in trouble for breaking the freezer. Forget the fact that I almost broke my head.
Excellent.
But yeah, my mom also had a thing where she would just accidentally start fires a lot. Literally, every time I was like, we should get a grill and like cook out at home when I was a kid, and like talking to my dad, like, this would be a fun thing to do. He was like, absolutely the fuck not. And he would not go near a propane grill. And this is because my mom, after they had gotten married, she tried to make french fries in a deep fryer. That caught on fire. They had to dump it in the snow outside. She almost burned down the church that they were working in. Twice. There was the time when she flipped on the light switch in her new apartment. Oh, we got a high score! Top score, hell yeah! But yeah, she flipped on the light switch, and all of the light, the overhead light, right? The overhead light? Literally the, like, sparks just inside the little glass bowl, but like, that probably almost started a fire. I don't know what it is with my mom. Yeah, no, for real! No wonder my dad was so afraid of having a cookout in our backyard.
Excellent. Level complete.
So yeah, that's the story of how, it was, cause like the thing is, right, we moved around a lot because of their job. I've never lived in a place for more than 4 years. Hoping to break that record where I'm living now. Like, we moved apartments, but we're still in the same town, so it counts. Anyways. At almost every place we lived, there was Hi! That's my husband, everybody. Synchro 828. But yeah, basically every place we lived, there was an incident where my mom almost started a fire by accident. She's not a pyromaniac, she's not doing it on purpose, she's just cursed or very unlucky, or both. It's just cursed or very unlucky. Hey, Digital Blues is here! Nice to see ya! Glad you could make it. I popped into your stream a little bit last night, but I didn't... I wasn't in the chat, I was too tired. Sorry about that, but it's good to see you here, buddy. Your spouse has hereditary pyrokinesis. Are you ever afraid? If anyone missed that, you don't have to apologize. Thank you. I'm trying to be more active, but I get so tired so fast. Yeah, if you missed anything, Blues, we were talking about how my mom keeps accidentally starting fires for some reason. Yeah, part of the reason why I didn't eat very interesting foods for dinner growing up was because my parents were very, very white and didn't season things. And the other part was I think my dad was afraid to let my mom try anything fancy after she almost burned down the house with french fries that one time. That was before I was born. But I can imagine. I can imagine it left a mark. But everybody could make it. How's everybody doing? We got some people in the chat who weren't in here earlier. How's your day? I tried a new Mountain Dew flavor and I almost... You're assuming many things. I'm the heat source of the relationship. Okay. Eating peanut butter out of a cup I was using to dip apple slices in. Hell yeah. Man, I could really go for some apples and peanut butter right now.
Good. Level complete.
Whew.
Get ready.
But yeah, no living space heater. He is genuinely quite warm. And I haven't had any household accidents to speak of that were very severe. I'm mostly just a klutz, so, you know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there won't be any fires or any lightning in our future.
Excellent.
Because my mom's mom, my maternal grandmother, had a thing with lightning. She kept almost getting hit by lightning or getting hit by lightning. Even when she was in buildings, she would have, like, lightning shoot in, like, in the pipes around her. Oh, do they mean how your mom almost burns everything down? Yes, that is what they are referring to. Yeah. Like, there weren't ever any severe injuries or anything like that. Everybody escaped pretty much entirely unscathed. It's just, so like, it definitely sounds terrifying. Don't get me wrong. But mostly it's just kind of funny since nobody actually got hurt. Nobody actually got hurt.
Excellent.
Gosh, I just, you know, it's starting to cool down around here finally. It's starting to feel like fall. I could really go for a good apple right now, I'm not gonna lie. Jeez! Okay. I need to learn to make apple pie. You should do it. My recommendations for apple pie is you want the green apples. You want sour apples, and then you add sugar to it. Because if you try to make a pie with sweet apples, it'll turn out too sweet. You found the button. Very good. Very good. Like, the type of I never even thought of that. Yeah. Like, the type of apple that you buy for a dessert is very important. Because if you're just eating apples, sweet apples are fine. But if you're cooking an apple into a dessert, you kind of want the tartness to counterbalance the sugar.
Get ready.
Second recommendation I have is, cornstarch to make the pie filling a little bit thicker. You mix it into a slurry and then you mix that into the pie filling. Most pie recipes have that included, and sometimes they use flour instead. Personally, I think cornstarch works better, especially if my brother-in-law has celiac disease, so I have to cook gluten-free. But also, cornstarch doesn't have a flavor. You can taste flour when it's in stuff. Because, like, I know, like, a lot of the time an apple pie recipe will say, like, you know, you need, like, 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of sugar, depending on how sour your apples are. And, like, that kind of hints at what I just said, but, like, it doesn't quite spell it out. Cooking is not a thing that's intuitive. You kind of have to learn it from someone else. And even though we live in the age of, like, YouTube tutorials and stuff, a lot of stuff just isn't... Like I said, it's not obvious. It's something you would have to find out. Like, the way to learn to cook is to learn to cook from another human person and or fuck around and find out. And obviously, since your food is at stake, fucking around and finding out isn't a great place to start. Fair. That and food is getting expensive anyways. Yes. Yes, for real. Oh my god. My husband and I spend the same amount on groceries that my dad spent on the whole family. Like, the whole family of 4 people. Like, and we're not, like, we're doing our best. We're being thrifty, as thrifty as we can. But, like, goodness gracious. It has genuinely doubled in price since I was a child, and that's alarming. But yeah, last year for Thanksgiving, one of my IRL friends had... Basically, his job was giving out free turkeys. So they gave him, like, a free frozen turkey to cook for Thanksgiving. And so he did not have a very good home life growing up, and he had no idea what to do with a turkey. So I was like, just come over to my house. I helped my mom with the bird every year, because cooking was my favorite thing to do. And it still is, to an extent. I'm just tired all the time. Cooking would be more fun if I didn't have to do it 2 or 3 times a day, but I digress. Anyways, and so literally I just brought him over and was like, this is how you prep a turkey bird, because you're not going to figure it out on your own. You're just not going to.
No more moves.
And, like, we didn't have any family over for the day or anything like that, so that's just what the plan was. Whew. Okay, so technically we are kind of at the end of stream, but I kind of want to keep going. And I know I do this every time, where it's like, it's 4 o'clock, I still feel fine. And then, like, 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. But we can go a little bit longer. We can go a little bit longer. And we're talking about cooking, which is one of my favorite things. I was always volunteering to help my mom in the kitchen, especially with holidays, just because I found it extremely fun. It was the part of, like, Thanksgiving and Christmas that I looked forward to. Like, obviously, you know, I was a normal kid, and I was like, you know, presents and eating a bunch and things like that, but, like, I also just really wanted to cook a ton of food. I feel you with the apple pie, though. I have got to make pie this year. I didn't make any pie last year because I didn't have anyone to help me eat the pie, but this time I have friends who will help me eat the pie. An apple pie sounds really good. I just haven't made it in a while. I'm sorry, I'm weird with pie. No, you're good. You're good, babe. It's fine. Before anyone asks, yes, blueberry pie did cross my mind. Blueberry pie is something I have yet to perfect, but I want to try. I usually...
No more.
Because the thing with berry pie is it's really hard to get the filling to, like, thicken so that it doesn't, like, soak through the bottom of the crust. That's the main thing. At least in my experience. That was kind of a short run, so we're going again. apple pie inside a cheesecake. Oh, I'm afraid of cheesecake. I love cooking, but cheesecake intimidates me. It's so precise. Precise. I have a friend who can make a wicked cheesecake, though. Like, from scratch. Cheesecake. Yes. Yes. My husband can attest that I would kill a man for a cheesecake. I'm getting a migraine, so I'm gonna hop. Thank you for stream. Yeah, no problem. Take a break. Get some rest. Migraines are awful, so I totally feel ya.
Excellent. Incredible.
There it is! We got incredible! We got incredible! Okay, we've got the new top score for the all-time, and we got an incredible. So we have checked both boxes for the Bejeweled stream.
Level complete. Get ready.
Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm gonna see how long this run lasts. If it's super short, then we're just gonna do another one, but if it starts lasting a while, then we might go after this? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it... We'll see what the vibes are. We'll see what the vibes are. Okay. Let me see. The first time we met my family as a couple, Jordan threatened to break my arm for cheesecake. Yes, that did happen. Right in front of his grandma. It was extremely embarrassing. Extremely embarrassing. It wasn't even that. It was the fact that I swore in front of his grandma. That was the part that was... that was the part that was the problem. That was the... I take cheesecake very seriously. What are we doing here? I think it's gonna kill us. I think it's gonna kill us. I don't know. It's funny with this game how you can sort of get the vibe.
Level complete.
You can sort of get the vibe that it's about done with you.
Get ready.
Okay. Have some water. Oh, did I blow up my hypercube? I think I might have blown up my hypercube. But yeah, hopefully... I'm looking forward to working on more point redeems and things, because throwing soda cans at my head is all very fun. And of course, we all love the Mountain Dew beam. Or pardon me, the Mountain Boo beam. But there's all sorts of fun stuff you can do with points, so I'm gonna have to look into stuff and get some ideas. And of course, emotes are coming. I said that, once again, I said that at the top of the stream, but I don't know if everyone was there for that. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. I just got the feeling that it's done with me.
Level complete.
And I keep saying that and then beating the level, so I don't know if you guys are, like, understanding what I'm understanding looking at the Bejeweled board, but... I wish I was more of a sweets guy, but I've never really liked pie. On a rare occasion, an apple or blueberry pie. I never could get into cheesecake, but I don't do a lot of desserts. That's fair. Pretty gems go brr. Yeah, they do. Very aesthetically pleasing, this. But yeah, no, that's fair. And I, for one, have an extremely prominent sweet tooth. That's how I'm gonna word this. I'm very much a sweets person. So, of course, my priorities when it comes to this time of year is I must bake pie, I must bake cookies, I must make... But of course, there's plenty of savory things to look forward to as well, I think. Oh, and how could I forget, speaking of sweets, the extremely discounted Halloween candy that's going to be coming up next week. Next week, Saturday, get out to the store, get your incredibly discounted Halloween candy. Do not forget. That's what trick-or-treating for adults is. Is when you go to the store the day after Halloween and they're like, all the candy is 90% off. Oh, damn, that's right. Yeah, it is. Candy. But yeah, no, it's always funny when you, like, grow up and you experience, like, paradigm shifts about stuff that it felt like was commonplace when you were growing up. One of those in my experience was growing up and realizing that not everyone is completely rabid for pie. It's mostly just me.
Level complete. Get ready.
And okay. I'm also weird that I'm in the opposite camp. We have weirdly similar things and weirdly dissimilar things. Yeah. EX phone and laptop. Oh yeah, we were having that conversation last night. Because, so, SinPro828 is my husband. He would rather do anything on his phone if it's possible to do on his phone. I hate my phone. I would actually rather die than use my phone unless I absolutely have to. I am not a smartphone person by any stretch of the imagination. Because I don't know, I find using apps frustrating because I'm used to doing things on the computer. So, like, and it's like, I have a computer. I'll just do it on the computer. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I can tell I'm flagging a little bit. So this is probably gonna have to be the last run before end of stream. But we are still in it for now. it was 2 streams ago, we were talking about which one of these gems would be the best to eat. Like if they were candies. And I know I brought that up last week as well, but like, I still think it's an interesting topic of discussion. And most importantly, I think it's interesting how most people will look at a shiny rock and go, well, man, I wish I could eat that. Okay. Of course, this is gonna be the run that lasts for like 30 minutes. Oh! Oh! Very good. I think I missed it. I think it missed.
Level complete.
Oh! Oh, ah! Jesus. Okay, there it is. Jesus, there it is. Why are you throwing them at me? You're throwing them at me. How many of these do you have? Oh my god. How many of these do you have? I think the alerts are a little... The alerts have not caught up. You missed it. I wanted to make sure you got it. Alright, fair enough. I definitely got bonked in the head with that, though. Also, I can't throw things at you IRL. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess. Alrighty. Oh, boo. I made a hypercube and it blew it up. That's annoying. Okay. Yeah, no, I think when this run is over, we're gonna have to be done because I'm a little tired and we do need to go to the store.
No more.
There it is, okay. I had a feeling it was gonna kill me any second now. Whew, well, that's gonna have to be it for now. We did get this top score, the 80,000 on stream. We also got the Bejeweled guy to say incredible at least once, so... That's, ah! Oh! Okay. I'm doing the outro. Okay. Good work today. Thank you for stream. It was nice listening. Thank you for coming. And I will see you all on Friday. I am, it's a little bit of a deviation from the normal schedule, but I am going to be playing Peak in the evening with the Star Heron. And then on Saturday, of course, we're going to be continuing with Yume Nikki, making up for what we lost when the game crashed last week. Oops. So, hope to see you then. As always, you can follow my Blue Sky for more current updates, and I shall see you then. You have a good night too. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Bye-bye.